Hi, I'm Sofia Rego and you're watching me on Goa Talks. I am a holistic body therapist, a spiritual advisor. I work with different modalities for the past 20 plus years. As of 2024, I will have completed my studies for 20 years, and I have accumulated different tools and modalities along the way and experiences that also gave me training. And now I am fully in my business for the past 5 years. And yes. And when I was 7 years old, one of the things that inspired me to be a massage therapist was a newborn baby being massaged for 3 months. This is something that is used very much in body therapy, oiling your body. In Ayurveda, we call it abhyanga. And that is such a traditional thing that we do in India that kind of inspired me to be a massage therapist. Fia Soul Wisdom. Fia is a short version of my name, and the soul part of it is it's the soul wisdom that has come through from just knowing what's right to do, what works for me. And this has been a process that I have worked with, learning, knowing that I wanted to be a massage therapist. I wanted to work with touch. And that along the way has given me a lot of wisdom of what my clients need. So my sessions are very much customized. I work with what each of my clients need. They have come and have consultation with me, and during that time I get the sense of intuition of what they need or what part of their body needs that support. So Fia Soul Wisdom is very much of what my clients need, what are they seeking for when it comes to touch therapy, when it comes to healing, when it comes to coaching. So it's what each one needs at that time, but it's very much with touch healing. The physical touch is very tangible, like people can feel it. So through that, I work with spiritual healing modalities. It comes with touch healing, Reiki, crystal healing, laying crystals on the body, working with Akashic records, working with coaching when it comes to advice, and giving them support when it comes to spiritual guidance. Psychic mediumship, I do get a lot of messages from the spiritual realm, which I deliver to my clients. Everybody has intuition. So one of the things has been travel for me. When you go to a new place and you come to a crossroad and you go, do I go to the right or do I go to the left? It's your gut feeling that tells you, you should go this way. This way may be not good. And that's how you test your intuition. For me, being born in Kuwait and moving to Goa was already a travel at a young age. And then I moved around and I always tested it. Many people think, oh, someone is talking to you, but it's actually your inner voice, your own voice telling you, no, you should go to the right and go to the left. So intuition comes with practice. It's like brushing your teeth, going to the gym. And I would say this comes with giving yourself those challenges of like, okay, I'm thinking of this color. What is it? What's the first thing that pops up in your head? And then you keep going at it. So I kind of manifested Sweden in some way. I met some friends in Bangalore when I was working at a physiotherapy center. And they became really good friends and they invited me for a vacation. I was supposed to be there for 7 days and it turned into a job. And 11 years later, I'm still there. I call myself the bridge. I can either choose to be working with the spiritual members, but I can also choose to be working with the blue collar. And that's one of my work is to blend or make those non-spiritual people understand energy And if I go into the spiritual realm, there is a whole beautiful spiritual Swedish community. But because I don't speak Swedish or I have limited Swedish, I stick to being right in the middle, gray zone. I work with both of them. So when this client came to me quite stressed and she shared her struggles of not able to have a child. So she had been through a few IVF treatments and she was not able to bear a child. So she came to me and she goes, "This is my last try. I really want to have a child." And I said, okay, just set the intention, because in Ayurveda also intention is a part of a session, what you want to clear out. So that's something I asked her to keep in mind. And when she kept that in mind, during the session, I got a clear message that she was going to get pregnant in March. Now, they also told me that she needed to do work for it to happen. It's not like, boom, it's going to happen. She needed to do the work. After she got off the massage, she actually came and said, "I am 50 years old." And I said, that's not a matter. If you have the intention and if everything, goes accordingly, medically and spiritually comes together, it will happen. Last November, she had her child. And so that's one of my stories. Another story that I have is of a client who had cancer. And she came to me also stressed and saying that she was not getting a doctor's appointment. In Sweden, during the summertime, it's very hard to get appointments, especially doctor's appointments, but an appointment to get an operation done. So she came to me and she talked about how she had stomach cancer, breast cancer, that there was a lot going on. So I brought her just to calm her nervous system. I worked with a treatment called Access Consciousness, which is a body process to boost the immune system and also to release trauma. And on Monday, she calls me saying that she had an appointment and a date fixed to get the surgery done. A month later, when she went for an appointment with the doctor to have her levels checked, the doctor said what takes 3 months to recover, it recovered within 1 month. And a year later, she has walked up the topmost mountain in Sweden for her recovery. And it's not always good. And that's one thing I wanted to share. There can be hard messages too. A friend of mine had come to me for an Akashic reading because she had her father who was not well and she was a little bit worried, what if he crosses over? But when she came to me, I got the message that her father he will pass over before he meets her. So she did everything in her power to able to go to meet her father, but that didn't happen. So when her father did cross over, the message was from him, he just wants to cross over, and he didn't want to stress them, in the sense he decided that he would cross over before meeting them. And that is where I talk about Akashic records. There are certain messages that comes to us as psychic beings, that we get clear messages that this is going to happen, or we get premonitions. And so, yeah, those are some of the few cases that I've worked with. It's like if you imagine a book, and it's a library files of your present, past, and future. You ask a question, and then you open the book, and you get everything told to you. So for me, when I open the Akashic records, we say a prayer. We kind of use your name, we say a prayer, and we basically stay in silence. So who we are talking to, we call them the masters, the teachers, and the loved ones. Masters are like the higher beings. You can call it God consciousness, Christ consciousness. We have the teachers, we can call them Buddha, who has come into a physical form and then gone back. And loved ones, it's like your grandmother from different timelines, not only this lifetime. So we go and ask them, we seek answers from them, and they tell us. So they can tell you by speaking to you, by showing you visuals, or by even touching. for me, when I started my business, I had the opportunity to be accepted by a women's program where they gave me tools to work with the business realm, which I've always referred to. I always keep women that are in business around me so that I can learn from them and I can also give back to them. It is very important to go with the current, what's happening currently. But I also love to follow the energy. I always ask the energy, okay, what do I need to do? And the part when it was tested the most was during COVID, when everybody's business module was not working. Everybody was shutting down their business. And all I did was I asked the energy, what do I need to do? And I got a whole hand like patience. And I said, okay, what do I need to do next? So it was just following the energy in the sense of you will get what you want. And I got one of the biggest government projects to work with the hospitals. So it did work for me. So I always go back to my spiritual part of it to work with my business. And then I balance the finance part of it and what needs to be done towards what I need to do in the spiritual realm. So there is a slight, I think the spiritual aspect has a higher hand than the business aspect because I am influenced very much with what I know, what I can see ahead of time. And yes. Reiki is one of very old healing modalities that works with symbols. It's Japanese, so if you have signs like Om is a very Hindu sign, and it's a powered symbol. Same thing with Reiki. We have certain symbols that we kind of invoke on the body and on our hands. In the olden times, because they wanted to keep these symbols secret, they would actually draw them with your tongue on the roof of your mouth because they want to keep it secret. But now everybody, you can Google it, you can find it. There's also where you need to get attuned, where you have a master Reiki practitioner that will open up your channels to be able to do this. But I believe where I come from is that everybody has a healing power if they have the intention. So Reiki can be also angelic Reiki. So you're calling on to the angels. And I do that kind of Reiki. And then I do the Japanese, the old traditional Reiki, which is drawing symbols and placing your hands on different parts of the body and invoking these symbols. My wellness routine is having some kind of mindful practice. Now, this being a person who is got a life very busy, I want to kind of stress this, that everybody has a different kind of way to do it. So you have to know what works for you. For me is the work I do. I do almost 6 to 7 hours of massage. And for my way of mindful is just being in silence. I spend a few hours in silence. Sometimes I spend some time journaling. For people, meditation, being in a lotus position. For some people, washing dishes. For me, that's my mindful practice, is washing dishes in silence. Listening to frequency music is something that I do for almost 6 hours when I give massages. So that's my way of tapping into my intuition, my guidance, some of the few different things that one can do. Speaking to people can really help you understand what you need, because in Ayurveda they also say, and this is a teacher from Kerala that spoke about this, it's called mind yoga. When you speak, the first person is you who listen to it. So when you speak to someone, you are also listening to what are the things you would say to someone else. Like it's very common for us to give someone advice, but can we give ourselves advice? So hard, right? So that's where it's, when you can speak to someone else, it's like you're speaking to yourself. So have conversations with people in the industry that you are working with. There's no competition unless there is. but it's more just talking about yourself, what you want, and just getting the message out. I say, contact me. I'm also a holistic connector. So I talk about having these brainstorming sessions where you just speak and then intuitively things come up. I very much understand that each one needs a different tool because everybody is different and unique. So it's with conversation that you will help yourself and you might inspire other people. Hi, I'm Sofia Rego. Thanks for watching me on It's Goa.